your flag or even the score. Take your shot, ready for more. Surrender, there is no other choice. Set my soul free now, light it up on fire. Bet on me, I got you. Pick a number.
Castle with a block downfield, breaks the tackle, stiff arm. Charm off. 1 second.
If I do it, then I'm doing it to death. Oh yeah, I'm influencing the ones that do it best. Oh yeah, started moving with the crew. You got a few, we got a slew. We trying to do what they said that we couldn't do. Oh yeah, I ain't living with regrets. Ain't no limits, ain't no rest. They want money, power, respect. I want more, I wanna be blessed. We want the legacy. We got the hope and we bringing the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory. We want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, you know I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, hey. When I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. For the real, I know how they used to feel. Now I'm here up in the field, making these moves, making these deals. I made something out of nothing. I ain't bluffing, no discussion. Look at the numbers, I've been hustling. Little rough around the edges, still I made it though. Still I just been laying low. Man, I just feel grateful though. I know where I come from, man, I ain't alone. Yeah, and I feel so blessed, too blessed to be stressed. And I'm with the day unos, they don't ride to the death. We got the legacy, we got the hope, and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory, we want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, you know I do it for the glory. Hey, the glory. Hey, hey. When I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
Don't get me started, I'm pleading. If this is a race, can't none of y'all beat me. Boy, I'm so good, it feel like I'm cheating. The well of the storm, I feel like it's season. This type of drive could push Lamborghinis. So get yourself signed and have your own sneaker. I'm in the van, I'm pushing the meter. A legend like John for everyday people. I got the heart of a champion. I got the blood of a winner. I don't know how to be stagnant. I got way too much ambition. I keep on beating statistics. How would I be denied? My only option is winning. I'm crossing the finish line. Number one. I put myself in a place where nothing can top me. I feel like I'm space. It's bigger than profit, but still I get paid. My thinking colossal, not minimum wage. Talk to the laws like I know the way. Stay on my job like who need a break? It wasn't possible, I heard them say. But I'm like MacGyver to all my mistakes. Running back home, now look at the bases. Been winning so long, I feel like a native. I got what you want, but you can number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. I'm number one.
Wednesday night here from the Lakeshore, Hope College. Well, it doesn't look like there's snow showing as we have a live shot of the field house, but if you can look really close, I'm Mike Coleman, Matt Wayner, my broadcast partner, tucked on the inside in beautiful bright light by Matthew. We're in the last phases of the first round of the MIAA as Albion is visiting with a 10-7 record, 3-3 in conference, taking on a Hope College team also with a 10-7 record, but tied for first in the MIAA. And every game's a big game, but this is pivotal, especially once we get going. We can tell you what's going on with Hope and Albion, but Hope College has to take care of business at home.
Yeah, this is a pivotal game, and really for both of these teams, like you said, Albion 3-3 in conference, Hope 5-1, and man, it's tight. Let's look at those MIAA standings to start. Calvin atop, 13-4, 5-1 in conference. They have been awesome so far this year. Saw them on Saturday, take care to Hope by 15, no issues. And then you got Hope at 5-1 in conference, Olivet at 5-1 in conference. Hope has that one game up on Olivet, but they will see each other in a couple weeks as well. And then Trine, they're at 4-2, who Hope's beat once, but we'll see them again. And then Albion right there at 3-3. Everybody else kind of at the low end of that pack, but it's tight at the top, and anybody can beat anybody on any night. So every game we have the rest of the way, Mike, it seems like this game is huge for standings.
It really is, because, you know, Albion's sitting just 2 games out of first place when you look at it, even though they have that 3-3 record, and they have a lot to play for. What you would like to do is, you know, 6 out of 8 teams in the MIAA make that postseason tournament, but you'd like to host at home if you can't get a first round bye. So every game's important, and Hope will play 5 of their first 7 conference games at home, and then when they go on the road, like a Wednesday night at Adrian, they've got Trine on the road, Calvin on the road. It's going to be tough, and Albion's playing with a lot of momentum right now.
And you and I talked about that earlier. For those of you at home, when it's a tiebreak in the MIAA, the first round of that tiebreak is going to be your record in the second half of the season, so that's not going to play great into Hope's advantage with a really tough second half to the season.
Absolutely true. Well, before we tell you about tonight, we'll tell you what happened on Saturday as Albion in a squeaker with the pesky Adrian Bulldog team. But Albion had balanced scoring, and what we talked about, they just found a way to win at home against the Bulldogs. But that just shows you, Matt, anybody on any given afternoon can win a game in the MIAA, but Albion dodged one on Saturday.
Yeah, and even at 3-3, I mean, looking at the last 3 games, Mike, this is the best they've played all season. In the MIAA, Michael Ume is averaging 16-11 so far, and over the course of the whole season, just 12-8. Cam May's been awesome. He's got 4 double-doubles so far this year. He's double double-digit scoring in all but 3 games so far this year, and Albion is second in MIAA in points per game allowed defensively, and third in the MIAA in points per game on offense. They're one of the top 4 teams in the MIAA if you look at the stat sheets, despite them being in that 5th spot right now. So all they really got to do is take care of business against the teams that they're better than, and if you lose to Trine, you lose to Calvin, you split with Hope, whatever that looks like, they'll be just fine to make it in the MIAA tournament.
Here's what I like about Albion. They bring back a lot of depth from a decent team last year, but Jody May now in his 18th season has Cam Mays back. He was averaging 18 points per game before he went out a few games into the season. Well, he's back, and when you got Ume, like you talked about, and other, Dwayne Ray is a very capable three-point shooting guard, and an Albion team that comes in second in conference in three-point shooting. They've been shooting 45% their last 3 games, something Hope has not been able to do. It's a perimeter team at times, but I like the balance of the bigs down low and that shooting.
Yeah, it is, and it really fits this style of basketball that we're seeing a lot between 2021 and now, like a lot more of that inside-out game. Hey, they have 2 pretty comfortable bigs down there. Let's get the ball down to Ume. Can he make a shot, kick out? Guess who's there? And he's 11 for 20 in his last 3 games. Truman King has been awesome from three-point range.
He certainly has. And then as we turn our attention to the Hope College Flying Dutchman under Greg Mitchell in his 11th season, Hope coming off that really disappointing loss against Calvin. And it's not that they lost to Calvin, if you didn't follow, it's just they had a 12-point lead, which is never safe, but then they were outscored 60-33 after that biggest lead, and they had trouble. Their shooting woes continued to haunt them in the second half.
Yeah, in that game, I mean, it really felt like the energy in DeVos switched once we saw Parker Hovey go down with his injury. So for those of you at home, Hovey is out today and kind of out indefinitely, at least for the next little while he continues to get evaluated for that ankle. We don't have a ton more information on that, Mike, but with that being said, I mean, you expect him probably to be out 2, if not 4 games here for Hope.
And for Hope College, if you remember your Hope College history last year, Marcus Warman had a gruesome injury off to our right here at DeVos, and was out with an ankle injury for a few games. And then freshman Brady Miller out of Forest Hill Central. Hope's next game was one at Wittenberg and one against another Ohio team, and Brady Miller stepped up and scored 24 points, a career high. In that second Ohio game of the road trip, who is going to step up for Hope College today?
Well, I think you could go a lot of different ways. I'm really curious. I think we're going to find out in that first 6 minutes or so, Mike. Are they going to take Hovey's 12 to 14 and dish those out between Orion down there? We got Charlie Howell now in the starting lineup. The one to me, I mean, my prediction is a lot more Avery Sanchez. I think we're going to see Sanchez come in off the bench really early in this game and produce some offense, especially when you got to find out, I mean, who your green light guys are in this game. And we had a chance, remember, on Saturday, I'm sure they're listening at home, got to talk to Philip Sanchez.
Right.
Learned a little bit about Avery's history and where he comes from and whatnot. And just an awesome conversation, and just one of those great things you get to have when you're on the call and you get to talk to some parents. So shout out to Philip and family back in California. Thanks so much for tuning in.
And speaking of youth being served for the Flying Dutchman, I anticipate a Ryan Yan, who's been great as a starter, almost 9 points a game and 7 rebounds, to step up. And Charles Howell is going to get the nod, like you said, in the starting lineup, Matthew, but he's no stranger to the starting lineup. As a freshman last year, he started 10 games towards the end of the season. I think that's going to help him in a situation like this. He has started against the Britons before.
No, I agree. I was thinking about him the other day. He's still playing 16 minutes a game, but when he started at the tail end of the season, it was like he could slide into that 4 because they had Quillen at 6'9", able to play the 5. Now with this team, if Orion can comfortably guard Ume, that's going to free up Howell to do some damage there in that 4 spot. It's pretty mobile. He can come off screens. You know, I'm not sure what he's going to add offensively, but I'm really interested to see here tonight kind of who takes control of that.
And for 2 teams who don't shoot a lot of three-pointers, we're going to see where these teams are going to manufacture their points. We're going to have the playing of the national anthem and the starting lineups. Matthew and I will stay here, but we'll be right back.
The Legion Band Ensemble.
Trumpet Ensemble. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for today's MIAA contest between the Britons of Albion College and your Hope College Flying Dutchman. Here tonight's starting lineups. First for the Britons at 1-4, a 6'4" junior from Warren, number 15, Curtis Rhodes. And at 1-4 for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'2" senior from Rochester Hills, number 10, Justice Mims. At 1-4 for the Britons, a 6'5" senior from Pontiac, number 23, Cam Mays. And at 1-4 for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'6" sophomore from Cadillac, number 5, Charles Howell. Starting at center for the Britons, a 6'5" senior from Macomb, number 30, Michael Ume. And at center for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'6" sophomore from Zeeland, number 33, Orion Yant. At one guard for the Britons, a 6' sophomore from Grand Rapids, number 1, Malachi Husser. And at one guard for the Flying Dutchman, a 5'10" freshman from Grand Rapids, number 31, Brandon Cargill. And at the final guard spot for the Britons, a 6'2" junior from Standish, number 20, Truman King. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutchman, a 5'11" senior from Lansing, number 12, Marcus Warman. Albion College is coached by Jody May. Hope College is coached by Greg Mitchell. Your officials this evening, John Creek, Chase Conrad, and Corey Smith.
Seconds before tip-off here, Mike Coleman, Matt Wayner on this edition of MIAA basketball. 5-1 Hope College taking on 3-3 Albion. And needless to say, if you're just joining us, it is a Parker Hubbyless Hope College here tonight.
And it kind of reminds me, Parker went out, he had a season low 2 points in the last game on Saturday. Parker's low game last year was against Albion in a win right here when he had 2 points, but they will be out for Parker Hovey for the foreseeable future as Albion in their black top and bottom with the purple numbers and lettering and the white trim, Hope in their home whites. Matt, you've got 2 seniors in the bottom 3 as Cam Mays using that power for Albion, and Hope has 2 backcourt seniors, so a little discrepancy in where their experience is.
Yeah, and I'm definitely curious how that's going to play out. I mean, Albion, look at that board by Ume. He skies. He has so much size.
He averages 4.5 offensive rebounds a game. He leads the MIAA, so he's a board crasher as Rhodes misses. Both these teams can score inside. Orion Yant misses a puppy and boxing out nicely is Ume. Yant picks up the mess. Hope's going to set, and we've got a whistle. We've got a shot clock violation. Or I mean, I'm sorry, a shot clock discrepancy.
Didn't get the shot clock reset there.
Glad to have you along on this Wednesday night here on the campus of Hope College. Jody May off to our left, the longtime head coach for Albion, the winningest coach, current coach in the MIAA. Greg Mitchell off to our right. 2 elder statesmen in the MIAA. Yant working the top of the key. Shot clock at 18. This is a good defensive team, Matthew. 68 points a game for Albion.
Second best in the MIAA.
That's pretty good. Mims tries to wrap around pass mid-post, coughs it up, turnover Hope.
They haven't exactly blown out a ton of teams this year, but what Albion does really well, 3-point shooting and defense. And like I was saying in the pregame, it's a big recipe for great basketball nowadays is that basket.
That's Cam Mays.
By Mays, pretty easily up and under. But Mike, I mean, a team that I see, they could get up and they can make games ugly by that 3-point shot.
Absolutely true. They don't shoot in volume a lot. Now we got a whistle as Howell is banging around down with Malachi Husser the second. And for Husser, the sophomore on Grand Rapids Christian down the road, he is He's going to be an interesting matchup against Howell, who we wondered where he was going to position himself offensively. It looks like he's posting up.
You know what's funny? I just noticed, Mike, everybody on the court right now except for Mims, this is completely West Side versus East Side basketball right now. Everybody on Albion is Detroit native.
That's right.
And besides, Mims is Rochester, but outside of that, everybody on Hope right now is a West Sider.
That's a
I guess
fact.
you could say Werman's Lansing, but
well, he's like Switzerland. He's neutral. And a bank shot, Cam Mays. Big smile on his face. Catholic Central product, came back from a season-ending knee injury as we see that big brace on his right leg as Warman misses. Warman's done well against Albion in his career, averaging over 10 points a game. Pretty much at his career average. Is that one tipped away?
Orion got away with one there, I think.
I think he did. Cargill lined up in the land of the Giants. No look inside to Charles off the window. Nice.
Good pass.
Good vision by Cargill, the freshman. 5-2 first basket after the 5-0 start for the Britons. 207th all-time meeting. Greg Mitchell is 16-9 all-time versus Albion and they've won 7 of 9. So Hope's had Albion's number, but Albion off quickly. And Marcus Warman to the rack. You got to see a lot of that, Matt Wayner.
That one. So far we've seen a little bit more Yant. We've seen a little bit more Werman. We've been curious where those touches were going to go. And I bet it just ends up being a perfectly split pie when it comes to those 12 to 14 shots.
Well, Albion could be as balanced as anyone because a guy like Truman King, who's really a perimeter shooter, and that's going the other way, can bring it from different players every night. But, you know, Justice Mims is just as capable. He had a great game against Calvin, rebounding and scored 11 as the first sub of the game. 35, Ethan Woolery out of Romulus, Michigan, the 6'6 junior, adding a little height to Jody Mays' roster.
Other than Mays, it is an interesting team that nobody really plays more than 25 minutes a game. And, you know, we've talked about Coach Mitchell has enjoyed doing nice and one by Cargill.
He got hammered in the backcourt and the chance for the very rare 4-point play opportunity. But you're right. Just like Hope, Albion has cookie cutter size. Nobody really goes over 6'6", right. And they have a lot of 6'5" cats.
They look like mirrors of each other on the court when it comes to that size. I mean, with them, their biggest guy is 6'7" that plays. And when that's the case, I mean, you just have all these positionless bigs. It allows you to get out and transition better. Similar to Hope, I just think Albion's done it at a little more consistent clip offensively.
I agree. It's a team that's third in the league in field goal percentage. By the way, Cargill, he's a good free throw shooter to the tune of 84%. And Hope now has gone on an 8-2 run since Albion jumped out to the lead. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and we got a reach in as Mays trying to make a move. This is a completely different ball club when Cam Mays is not in the lineup. Here's some subs. Simon Newhouse, we didn't see him on the replay. There's Cargill. As it looked like he didn't get a place to land from that 3-point effort.
Play. So you see right there in front of you, number 40, that's the freshman from Bay City.
Sean Weselick.
Sean Weselick. We called his number a couple times. He had 2 3-pointers against Calvin on Saturday. And I think Coach Mitchell really likes the cut of his jib because it's been 3 straight games that he's had minutes.
Absolutely true. He scored 6 points 3 games ago and a career high 8 on Saturday as Truman King, who's only taken 18 field goal attempts in the 2-point variety and 83 pointers, misses a puppy. And now we got a whistle.
Weselick's only played in 6 games so far this year.
I think it took him a while. He came out for a really rough ankle injury. Time on the court. We'll go further with Sean Weselick with 15:52 remaining. We'll take a media timeout. Matt and I'll be right back. 8-7. A lot of basketball left, and we'll be right back on the Anchor Network.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget Louis the Lightkeeper to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
under 16 minutes remaining. Hi, Ma, from the DeVos Fieldhouse. Matt, we were talking about Sean Westlake, the 6'6 freshman out of Bay City, John Glenn. You know, when a guy comes back from a significant injury, an ankle injury for Sean, really kind of derailed his last season, I think it takes a few games to mentally know that he can go full bore, and I think that's his case.
And that takes a little bit of time. You wonder, too, in the preseason, I hadn't had a chance to ask Coach Mitch this, but was he a part of the plan from the beginning for before this season? And then that injury derails things a little bit. But he's getting going now, and he looks all but really comfortable. See somebody that can hit that three. He plays a little bit of that positionless big as well.
And Marcus Warman comes in at 25% from deep, but a nice stroke from the left arc.
Dude, and that's just his thing, is when he has to, he will. I mean, it's been Hovey for 18 and 8 a game, and Werman's been in that 10 point, 11 points a game, but when you have to, he's just that guy that wants the ball in his hands.
Here's a senior, as Mays is going to be a pest for Hope, as he's going to go to school for an old-fashioned three-point play opportunity. They're going to call that on Westlake. And, you know, Kyle Blah has come back from an ankle injury for Hope, the sophomore out of Boulder, Colorado. But, you know, I'm not sure if he's 100%. His minutes have gone down, and that gives an opportunity for guys like Westlake to step in.
Yeah, I agree. He played a little bit. He played about 6 minutes on Saturday, but it's kind of been slowly but surely for him. And he was trying to do some work on Overway. He did a good job for sparing minutes. I thought Orion did a good job. You and I talked about that, but it's like death taxes and Overway for 20 points.
That's a fact. By the way, Sam Carlson out of Superior, Colorado. Quick release. Brendan Cargill for three.
Keep shooting. Keep shooting, young fella.
Quick release. He doesn't need much time. And Dwayne Ray, who just checked in, is going to have to keep an eye on him, as Ray, who killed Hope with a 16-point performance, 4 of 5 shooting at Albion.
You know what's great? I caught Mike in that last possession when Mays was at the free throw line. I saw Werman talking to Cargill. He said, "You got to get out to go," and he goes, "You just shoot it, just shoot it, just shoot it."
There we go. The inner dialogue.
And there it is again.
Cargill feeding, getting fed, corner pocket.
And Werman loves it, too. Did you see his reaction?
Yes, I did.
That's chemistry right there.
He's played almost 100 games. He knows what it takes, and a little bang in the backcourt is Cargill trying to muscle up on Mays. And Mays is like a freight train. He goes downhill when he's inside 15 feet. Third foul on Hope, the first on Cargill. By the way, Truman King has 2 fouls for Albion. He's on the bench at the moment.
It's big. If you can't get him his 4 or 5 three-pointers in this game.
Yeah, absolutely true.
Especially in the first half.
Boy, Hope 4 of 6 from three-point land, and Brendan Cargill has made 3. I won't say if he's made or missed any. I don't want to jinx your freshman.
Rigg just subbed in for Cargill. If you saw that, nice steal by Rigg.
That's what he does. Rigg to Carlson trailing, banged around, picked up by Warman. Little popper from 7, no. Carlson keeps it alive and a fresh 20. Hope of the 17-10 lead. They were down 5-0. How's that? Razzle and the dazzle from the senior.
Come on now, senior.
Oh.
Marcus at 7.
Somebody pick up their eyeballs. They just got left on the baseline. Now you see him, now you don't. Boy, a 19-5 run for Hope after being down early 5-zip. Mason Brody in the game for Albion out of Utica. Eisenhower. Carlson playing tough defense. Shot clock at 6. Trying to make a move as B.J. Hunter just checked in. Warman all over him. Line drive, 15-footer, no. Tipped away by Carlson. Good D by Hope. Newhouse controls. Streaking. Carlson up, in, and 1!
And folks at home, just like that, that's your best version of Hope College. Defense to offense. Take a missed bucket by Albion, turn it into 2, and Hope College 11-point lead. They are all smiles coming into this break.
Let's keep it right here with Matt Wayner. I'm Mike Coleman, 21-10. If you just joined us, it was a 5-0 run. I love how on the replay, Newhouse was able to gather in that skip pass into Carlson. I think when you lose a big, as far as scoring, Parker Hovey leads the categories down the line in this team. You got to find a way to use your other strengths that maybe at times get overshadowed. And I think we're seeing that from Hope. They're most successful when they can break and get those passes in the key.
I agree, and as we'll see a few of these replays here, Cargill got hot. Cargill's got 10 so far here, Mike, but looking at things for Hope, I mean, they are they've made the least amount of three-pointers in the MIAA so far. However, they lead the MIAA in turnover margin with a turnover margin of like 2.6 between turnovers forced and turnovers for. And to me, that's kind of a recipe. They're quite a bit better than everybody in the MIAA when it comes to that. They force a lot of steals.
Yeah,
they force
do.
9.5 steals a game. And when they're turning that into transition offense the way they have in these last few minutes, that's especially going to be a recipe when you don't have much of a half-court offense without Hovey.
And I think that's when we see Hope as their most successful, because they're not a great shooting team. They're a good team in transition because they don't turn the ball over and they can press it. And Sam Carlson with some valuable minutes with a three-point play.
Well, and that translates. I was watching last night, Michigan-Nebraska, the best game in the country last night. Michigan 19 turnovers, but when they were able to control tempo, I mean, they could keep Nebraska at bay. Nebraska was shooting the lights out. But in any case, when you have that many turnovers, it just limits your opportunity to be able to go ahead and maintain a lead.
Yeah, absolutely true. Here's Ray, goes up strong and was able to beat Rigg. And Dwayne Ray, slippery sophomore, comes off the bench, your leading scorer, averaging over 7 points a game.
This looks like the first time we've seen this lineup, Mike. This is Newhouse, Rigg, Block, Carlson, and Cargill.
Two guys west of the Mississippi. Here's Blog trying to move inside. Might have got away with a travel, but he muscles his way up. And that might be some key minutes for the sophomore Blog.
Yeah, I think that looked like pre-programmed, like, hey, we're going to get you the ball. You just go right up with it.
I think you have to. Ray caught in the key. Mays.
Good hustle.
And Carlson going at it, and Rigg crashes into the Albion bench.
And how about this Hope defensive engagement right now? Tell you what, this is not what I was expecting heading into tonight.
Well, it's been a nice
surprise with Hope.
Sorry, Matthew. Yes, it's been a nice surprise. We'll keep it here once more as we've got a full slate of action as we look at some replays. Trine is at Alma tonight. Trine comes in fourth place, one game out of first. Olivet at Trine is hosting Kalamazoo tonight. I beg your pardon. Adrian and Alma in probably the biggest game, besides if you're a Hope fan or an Albion fan, is Olivet. They're at Calvin tonight, and Olivet, Calvin, and Hope all tied for first place. And an impressive team under Sam Hargroves, really playing spirited basketball. Olivet is it doesn't know what it doesn't know. They just continue to win games.
Hey, I'll take credit where credit's due. You can go back, you can read the tape, you can look at the receipts. I was all over Olivet at the beginning of the season. Not as a team that I really think can win the MIAA, but a team that has an identity. And like I've said all season, when you have that, it's a recipe for success. They know they have three starters that they can rely on in Richardson, Freshman, and Skipper. And then you add in another big in Okello, and they've done really well. They do well against really good teams. They turn the ball over too much, and they're pretty undisciplined in the half-court set, but they have enough of an identity where they can just score enough points to keep themselves in any game.
And they can beat you from outside, from inside, from on the bench. Sam Howard had 25 points off the bench.
Yeah, and that's a credit to Skipper. He has good vision down there.
He does, and a three ball by Mason Brody. Speaking of turnovers, Hope has converted 11 points on the Albion turnovers, which are 5 tonight, and Brody on the board for the first time. 24-15.
That's Carter Bishop in the corner. He's got his hands up ready to shoot.
By the way, Brody, 8 of his last 14 from three-point land. Rigg with a nice look, no go. And that one corralled. That is B.J. Hunter. He's been around a bit. The fifth-year senior out of Dallas, Texas. Good hook pass, kick out. Hunter for 3. Too much mustard. And chasing that one down, one by Albion. Good offensive rebounding team. On the run, Cargill gets cut off on the side court, and that's going to be reaching block foul on Dwayne Ray.
Albion's really frustrated. Those threes are just not open enough for what they're used to. I mean, they're shooting 35% on the year. You said 45 in the last 3 games, but they're used to just far more open shots. You saw that BJ Hunter settle with time expiring. I think they're just used to being able to use their speed and athleticism a little bit better to create open looks.
Agreed. Well, it's been all hope since an early 5-0 start for Albion, just inside the 11-minute mark. Not as big as crowd as we had on Saturday, over 3,300.
Wow, nice
Cargill,
pass.
baseline, bingo!
Holy. He is hot as a $2 pistol. That was Werman cross court. He just looked with his left eye, went cross court to him. That was awesome.
Boy, Werman, he is feeding the Pac-Mac game right now, which is Brendan Cargill. Hope shooting 5 of 7 from deep and 67%, 10 of 15. Another turnover. Albion coughs it up. This is a team second in the conference in fewest turnovers. These are the top 2 cleanest teams in the conference. Albion not showing it on the road right now. And Jody May looking for some answers. Good feed down the block. And Charles Howell with a nice dish as we approach the halfway mark of the first frame.
And not what I was expecting at all, but this is beautiful basketball in the first half from Hope so far.
It's poetic, it's flowy. And Hope playing that zone, the 2-3 zone, inside. Good look, rejected by Howell, but you'll take that foul as he met Rhodes at the Summit.
I think that's a Bishop foul. Bishop down there. They look alike.
Hope College fouls on number 11, Carter Bishop.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Don't they look like brothers? Look at
They do.
The broccoli top haircut.
The broccoli. That's very popular with the young people this time of year.
I see you're not rocking that haircut anymore.
No, I had it, but it's gone. I lost it in Vegas.
Oh.
As a first free.
Don't ask questions.
And don't ask questions. Yeah, I had the Fabio look for a long time, but those days are gone. High and tight. Cam Mays back in the game. Malachi Hooser, the sophomore, back in. Truman King in the game now with 2 fouls.
And that's been Salmon's first minutes as well.
My goodness, the 6'9 newbie out of Brighton as Rhodes misses on the second.
And nothing going right for Albion right now. They just look really out of sync.
Yeah, they do. Rhodes, an 88% free throw shooter, too. Hope up by 13. Albion, bottom of the MIAA in free throw percentage, not their strong point. We talked about their good defense, good 3-point shooters. 3rd in the league in shooting. As Yant back in the game as well for Hope. You know, Yant, no points. I thought we need a big game for him offensively so far, but so far so good. He's got a couple steals.
How about Trine beating the brakes off K early, 23-7 with 8 to play in the first, Mike.
Thank you, Matthew. And Adrian up 6 over Alma early on. We do not have a score from Olivet and Calvin yet. It's a pregame. They might have a late-going JV game, or maybe a women's varsity. Is Orion Yant with the free throw. He has been phenomenal. 8 points, 7 rebounds, double figures 5 times in his 8 starts. So he was ready for the challenge. Second free throw was good.
You know, he was really developing great chemistry with Hovey, as we saw a few games ago. And Parker talked to me about that a little bit. He's like, dude, his eyes are always up. He always wants to get rid of the basketball. He wants to make other people be open. He said his motor is endless. He's somebody I know. Coach Mitchell talked to me about him in October, and he was like, I'm really excited for how he's developed.
Yeah, he's smart, and he hasn't played a lot of basketball. He really had to get his basketball legs back after not playing much last year. A lot in the JV realm. Biggest lead of the night at 15. Oh, good poke away.
How about Howell?
Howell like a cat burglar. Lob pass inside. He had Yant, been intercepted by Truman. Truman must have been a cornerback, played a little football. Stopping, popping, and missing as Albion has cooled off as Yant goes up for the board. And another foul against Albion. They are racking up as Hope in the bonus. That's 8 on the Britons. And here's Ume back in.
Salmon just got 2 fouls in less than 2 minutes there. So that's Ume back in.
Boy, Ume and Cam Mays, they look like they're 2 outside linebackers, don't they?
Big, big dudes. Ume is such a good athlete.
Yeah, out of Macomb,
Watch him
Dakota.
defensively. I mean, the way he moves his feet, he's just probably 2 inches short for Division II basketball. if he was going to play it. Probably have to be a little bit better ball handler if he was going to move to a 2 or a 3.
Agreed.
But the athleticism is for sure there.
Yeah, it's very impressive, and he fits right in. As Orion Yank came in just 50% as a free throw shooter, but he's knocked down 4 straight. 33-16, all cylinders a go for the Flying Dutchman. They had a 5-game winning streak snapped on Saturday in that loss. As coming right back, he is Curtis Rhodes, the 6'4 junior out of Warren, Michigan. Rhodes will give you 12 points a game. He had 29 against Aurora. That was a career high in November. Justice Mims back in, the Rochester Hills product. Warman, we've got some malfeasance, and that's going to go against Rhodes. Trying to muscle down Yan on the far side. Looking at the replay, oh, I see. Rhodes hooked Yant's left arm and then the shove. Boy, that is
so
physical.
That's on Yant, right? Yeah,
oh, it is?
Got that on
Goodness,
Yant.
okay.
Because we're going the other way now.
That's right. Yant's first. Hope's 5th foul. 7 will put you in the bonus.
How about Hope early? 5 of 7 for 3. Carrying on the back of Cargill, 4 of 4.
Yeah, Brendan set the table. Warman chipping in with 7. Hope has hit 5 of their last 6 field goals.
Another Yant. That's not a smart Yant foul there. It's just gambling on Ume.
Right, not, especially when you just picked up your first, and that's going to send Kyle Block back in the game.
I don't know if we can see yet. Yeah,
he had him around the right upper arm. Simon Newhouse back in the game. Avery Sanchez, his first appearance, a freshman out of Turlock, California. And Curtis Rhodes with a push-off, no call, but Hope controls. By the way, Justice Mims, rebound. He had 6 rebounds, tied a career high in the loss on Saturday as Carter Bishop throws it away. 5th turnover of the night for Hope. Timeout. We'll take immediate timeout. Matt and I'll be right back. 7:57 left until halftime. 33-19. Hope in control here on the Anchor Network.
Welcome to Car Center. We're an automotive collision repair company with multiple locations throughout West Michigan. We take care of your car and all the details so that you can focus on what matters the most.
Creating quality repairs today is much more complex. That's why we have set standards that make sure everything is done with precision and quality. So when our job is done, your vehicle is back to pre-accident condition and meets manufacturer warranties.
Fixing cars is our job, but helping people, that's our business.
With Matt Wayner, I'm Mike Coleman on this snowy Wednesday night. Greetings from Holland, Michigan. Let's turn our attention. Matt Wayner, my broadcast partner tonight, the women's voice of Hope College women's basketball here on the Anchor Network. And Matthew, Hope 9th in the nation. And 16-2, 9-1, trailing Trine by game. But they're at Albion tonight at Kresge. Always a tough place to play. But Brian Morehouse with another strong lineup this year for the Flying Dutch.
Yeah, and they've already beat Calvin twice so far, and Saturday was credit to Maddie Petrulia, last-second shot in overtime to beat Calvin on the road. So they have 2. So that was Hoosier bucket.
That's the second. That's the second bank 3-point shot that Albion has picked up tonight. They hit 4 of their last 5 3-pointers. Hope still shooting 69%, 47 for the Britons, and now a steal heading back the other way. And a steal and score. Good play by Hoosier. Hope's got to take care of the basketball. That is their 6th turnover. They only give up 11 a game.
Especially when you're trying to hold this lead here. You work so hard to get such efficient play. Bishop 3.
That's a good look.
Really
and a
good
pass. Sanchez tried to find him in the corner.
Love that he doesn't hesitate. I saw that about 4 games ago. He looked like he didn't want to shoot it when he got the ball in his hands, and against Calvin he wanted to shoot it. In this game he looks ready for it, and that's going to be really big for him and big for Hope, because everything Tyler George told me about him was he was a really good shooter on JV last year.
Well, and he's coming out of his senior year at Holt High School. The former Holt Ram of the all-time made 3-pointers in a season is a 3-point by Curtis Rhodes, and now Albion's starting to heat up. They've gone on a 9-0 run in the last minute 56.
Get Marcus and Brendan back in the game here.
So you can tell, but with Cargill and Marcus out, Albion able to close. Newhouse tried to look down, intercepted by King. Mays goes down hard, and we got a blocking call. I think Newhouse is going to get pegged because he was in the half circle.
He might have been moving. I wanted to give him the credit for how he set up for that, because Mays was like a runaway freight train downhill.
Mays is 6'5". He must go 215, 220, 220, 221, whatever it takes. If you remember that movie, you're probably drawing Social Security tonight. So here's Bishop out.
How quickly Albion's on a 7-0 run right now, Mike.
Yes, they are. Hope had their biggest lead at 17 points at the 8:52 mark.
Oh, I'm sorry. Albion's on a 10-0 run.
Oh, yeah, they just updated our split shot. Offensive rebound, put back Rhodes starting to get hot.
Make that 12.
Give him 8. And a 17-point lead. It's Calvin all over again. Hope can weather their storm. They're still shooting the ball well. They just haven't had any shot attempts really in the last couple minutes. Cargill with 4 3-pointers in this game. Sling pass to Mims. He wants Newhouse. Mims off the window, too much mustard, good look. Cleared by Hooser. To Hunter, might have got away with a push-off, high off the window, no. Offensive rebound try, Newhouse rips it away, and the possession arrow will favor the Flying Dutchman. You always get a physical matchup when these two teams play.
Yeah, you can especially tell when you look at the stats for both these teams, you see the replay there. Yeah, I think he got away with a push on Newhouse. Nonetheless, Hope's got the basketball here, Mike. Just up 5. That was a really quick 12-0 run that Albion just put on the last 4 minutes.
Doesn't take much. Albion averaging 74 a game, 6th in the league, but their defense is 2nd in the league.
Nice pass by Block.
Mims, good patience, sold the fake, and little turnaround floater's good. How about the big man feeding? And 8, check that, 9 assists on 12 made baskets for the Flying Dutchman tonight. That has not been their makeup. They're last in the league in assists per game. Mays disrupted, poked away. 8th steal of the night for Hope. Mims has a seam. High off the window, count it! Justice slaps the court, his 2nd basket. And a 4-0 run for the Dutchman. Kick out. Rhodes, corner pocket. Hooser looking for some space. Isn't going to get it. Cargill, the scrappy freshman. Justice, the rainbow triple. Why not? Justice from downtown.
Huge response there. They got that for a 2, it looks like.
We'll take it. 5-point run for the Dutchman. Check that 6-point run. 4:23 left to go in the first. Hope continue the hot shooting.
Mismatch, Mays on Cargill.
Yeah, it's too easy, and Cargill's tough, but Mays has just got a few inches on him and some pounds. Warman off a high screen, up to Mims. Can he repeat off the side iron? Block keeps it alive, fielded by Cargill. In the land of the Giants, a push shot off the back iron.
Ooh. Mims probably got away with a reach right there.
Lob pass far side, good save by Mays. Mays goes up strong, no. Offensive rebound. Ume can't get it to go. 3rd time the charm, no, but Ume's going to earn it at the line. That's what he does. 4.5 offensive rebounds a game. 2nd in the league in rebounds. Time on the court. Let's keep it right here, Matthew. We've got an update on every game. Kalamazoo and Trine playing. Adrian is leading Alma with 3 minutes left on the half. And Olivet just underway at Calvin with an early 5-1 lead. So we'll keep you abreast of that as Calvin comes in 15th in the nation.
I was trying to find that women's game. Looks like Hope is up by 1 on the road at Albion on the women's side of things. Man, Trine just beating the living daylights out of Kalamazoo.
Yeah, I think trying as a team, and they've got 7 transfers on their roster that needed some time to gel, and they've got different guys who can contribute. And Trine will be a force. There's only a game out of first. We're going to see them at Angola on a Wednesday night, which is always difficult. I'm really curious. The Olivet-Calvin game is really going to set the table, especially for the Olivet team, as they make their way forward. As we said, I think they're the disruptors of the MIAA this year.
Totally agree. I mean, Trine also had a really good game against Calvin, beating them by 20 was that last Wednesday. And
right.
Then Hope got the best version of Calvin on Saturday after coming back to avenge that loss.
Yeah, Calvin really impressed us because they really only went 7 deep, and they matched Hope fitness for fitness. They did not wear out. They had a slow start shooting, but the defense really kicked in as Ume with a free throw. Give him 3. I'll say one thing, Matt. Hope has done well generally against Ume in his career games against the Dutchman. Hasn't put up gaudy numbers, which he has lately. What did you say? He was averaging a double-double the last 5 games? He's
been 16-11 in MIAA play.
And that 20 rebound game really stands out as well.
Yeah.
Here's Wolry back in, the junior. New Boston Huron High School.
Well, not to put too much of an onus on this game here for Hope, but how many of these next 4 can you realistically win without Hubby? And if you can win all 4, that puts you in really good shape. I mean, the 4 being, that's Adrian, Alma, Albion, and K, and the 4 worst teams in the MIAA. If you can get away with 4 victories without Hubby, you're in really good shape. Prime for his return.
And I think that's fortuitous as the foul on Hope as we talk about how tough Hope's schedule is going to be in the second half. But the fact they have those games possibly without Hovey against the bottom 4 in the MIAA, I think that's a win for Hope. And that will be testament if they can take care of their business before they get to the top feeders. Here's Wolry at the line. Free throw is good.
I'm sure Coach Mitchell and staff just worry about this one.
Absolutely.
One game at a time. Up 6 here at home, and you played so well. You're shooting 60% from the field, 55 from 3. Man, and I just can't help but point it out, Mike. Every time when Hope has shot less 3-pointers but more selective ones, they've been a lot better.
Absolutely true. They have the fewest 3-point field goals in the league, but it took them really until conference to really realize that they don't have to shoot a lot because they don't make a lot. Warman in traffic. 3 black jerseys. Justice in the queue misses everything. And then we'll go to bounce staying with Hope as Sam Carlson back in. Now Avery Sanchez back in, the freshman. Interesting. Cargo with 4 field goal attempts early on. He's only had 1 field goal attempt really in the last 7-8 minutes as he's back in, and Mims gets a breather. But Cargill with 13 points. Averaging 13 a game. Shot clock at 4. I don't think they're Westlake deep downtown, NBA triple. And that's going to be a shot clock violation.
I don't think they knew about the shot clock on that possession.
Nope. They did not.
So Mike, notable. Hope's been scoreless in their last 2 minutes here. Albion on a 6-0 run right now. It's been a game of runs here.
Certainly has. If you just joined us, 5-0 run for Albion to start things, and then a big run by Hope to take their biggest lead at 17. And that's another Hope College foul down low. And that's going to be against Charles Howell. That's his 2nd, making his 11th career start. Well, he just had his hands up in the air as the free throw is good by Cam Mays, who comes in at 71% from the line. That's always a tough call. Howell out, Newhouse in. Well, Greg Mitchell has used 7 off the bench so far in this first half, and the bench has responded with 7 bench points. They only give you 18 a game. Second free throw is up by Mays.
I've paid attention to that a little bit more in college basketball along the whole landscape. As we're on a break, why don't we stay right here,
Sure.
Mike? But thinking about Hope doing this, I mean, they've played 12 players in this game, like you just said, and they're a team that consistently goes 9-10 deep. When I was watching that Michigan-Nebraska game, Nebraska was out one starter. They only played 7 guys in that game. Every team just has a little bit of different identity. Now you go one other level up. I remember when the Pacers were playing the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau was the coach. Tom Thibodeau played 6 guys consistently 35-plus minutes, one guy just 15.
Is that right?
And I think it's interesting how at different levels, how there are some pretty typical trends. At D1, you probably go 8 guys deep, and there's the right way, wrong way to do minutes. But I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to what is your team identity and what do you want to do. Hope wants to run. They want to get things out in transition. They don't have a 6'9" big. So when you have 3 or 4 different 6'6" bigs playing the 5, just cycle them in and out, and let's keep running that pace and use those bigs to be mobile, in transition.
And you had talked to Greg Mitchell about that, the head coach for Hope, about this complexion of his team will be different as Gabe Quillen has taken his talents to the Lithuanian Pro League after graduating.
You said you looked that up a little bit. How's he doing?
He's doing well. He's averaging 10 and 7.
There you go.
Doing well. Making his life in pro basketball. Sanchez wheeling baseline. Cut off by Brody. Westlake, that high 3-ball release. Good look, no go.
He does have the green light, though. You love to see that.
And he's working out Woolery down low. 3-pointer by Albion could tie things up. They're 3 of 4. They do not employ the 3-pointer much. Inside 2 minutes left and a full shot clock as Rhodes back in the game. Sanchez on him. Woolery gets a step inside. Reverse layup is good as he has a step on Sam Carlson. Woolery's got 4. 9 bench points for Albion in the first half, shooting 50%. Hope has cooled off considerably. Just 2 of their last 10 field goals. Newhouse gets tied up in traffic, and we got a jump ball situation. Now they're going to talk about it. It's going to be a jump ball that'll favor Albion.
See the replay here. I think that's the right call.
I think so. Rhodes had him tied up. Brendan Cargill leads Hope with 13 points. Cam Mays with 13 for Albion in a really spirited game. Albion's come back from a 17-point deficit. King looking for a check that's a Mason Brody, and Newhouse with a serious rebound. Cargill thought about the 3. Closing on Sanchez cross court. Westlake wants it down low. He's got a nice mismatch with 6 inches on Mason Brody, and Hope throws it away. 11 turnovers for Hope in the first half already.
It's tough, and that's tough to see. I mean, Albion's got 9. It hasn't been a very clean game. You had a game where both these teams on pace for 80.
It's incredible. They're both throwing the ball away, and they're 2 of the best ball handling teams in MIAA.
It's been 52 possessions in this game already.
Yeah.
It's really had a very fast pace.
Yes, it has. Albion used 10 players, and there's an easy one.
Just like that. That is tough.
He's going to be a good one.
And Hope has played that well on the offensive end this whole game, and they're down 1 here heading into half. Correction on that score. It's 40-39, Albion with the lead.
If you joined us, Hope had a 17-point lead. Newhouse, 3-ball. Yes, you betcha. Boy, Hope needed that one. At the buzzer. Well, a nice basket to close things out for Hope as Newhouse connects. Not normally a 3-point shooter. Psychologically, maybe taking the lead into halftime, Matt Wayner. But, boy, you get a 17-point lead without Parker Hovey. And I think you just have to say, okay, at this particular time, we're up, we're down. We just got to keep battling. Score doesn't mean anything till the last 40 minutes are up.
Yeah. So. No, I think you're totally right. And when it comes to the Hovey, the Hovey thing doesn't matter at at this point now. I mean,
No.
you're up 2. It's 42-40, correction on the scoreboard right there. 42-40 in a game where, you know, you played really well. You're shooting 41% from 3 so far. And now it's just a matter of taking care of the basketball in the second game. I feel like I could say that till I'm blue in the face, but huge credit right now. 13 points from Cargill, 4 of 4 from three-point land. Werman adds in 7. And how about Newhouse, Carlson, Block add in 10 points off the bench. And this is going to be an interesting second half, Mike.
Yes, it will. 33-16 lead by Hope has evaporated. We'll take it to halftime. We'll be back with about the 3-minute mark, and we will look at the numbers in this one as Hope leads by 2 at the break. You're watching the Antwerp Anchor Network.
Some call it naive, others call it foolish. But hope has never been silenced by doubt. Hope is the unquiet heart, stirring, pounding, driving us towards something greater. It leans into what's wrong and lifts up what's right. It teaches, learns, discovers, imagines what could be, and brings it to life. Hope has to start somewhere. Why not here? Why not now? Why not us? The daring ones. Those who provoke possible, trigger curiosity, and incite joy. For us, hope is more than a word. It's a force, and we are its humble ambassadors. From the beginning to now, we don't just believe in hope, we dare to live it. Hope College. Dare to hope.
Hello, and welcome to Hope College. Here at Hope, we believe in the power of a broad liberal arts education where learning is not confined to the classroom. Our students get plenty of personal attention and can participate in many creative activities. At Hope, learning doesn't just prepare you for a degree, it prepares you for life.
Our academics lay the foundation for success, but it's our student life that truly brings the college experience to the next level, offering countless ways to get involved outside of the classroom. Our residential halls offer a strong community with residential assistants here to support students throughout their years of college. Here in downtown Holland, a block away from campus, there are many coffee shops, restaurants, and stores. Holland State Park is a short drive away from campus and is a beautiful place for a sunset in all 4 seasons or a swim early in the school year.
Faith Life at Hope is unique in that it takes a fully invitational approach. Hope College as an institution is decidedly Christian, but invites students of all faith backgrounds to be a part of Faith Life. We hope to see you on campus soon. Bye!
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. The glory, the glory, you know I do it for the glory. The glory, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
As darkness gives way to light, before backpacks are zipped and the first class begins, grateful hands are already at work. Every act seen and unseen is done to bring hope. Bolts tightened, lessons planned, floors mopped, cookies baked, and baked and baked and baked and baked. So many cookies. But these acts are not without purpose. These are the little moments that build hope. Lawns mowed, light bulbs changed, prayers spoken, phones answered, minds challenged, kindness shown. This is how we keep hope moving, with warm smiles, open doors, peace of mind. and a campus that shines. Because within these walls, the next generation of hope bringers is being formed. And it's our privilege to make this place a home they can be proud of. So to all the ones who make this place what it is, thank you. And go Hope.
42-40 here at the DeVos Fieldhouse on this Wednesday night, the final game of the first half of the MIAA season. Hope College with the lead over Albion College in the 207th all-time meeting, one of the longest rivalries in the MIAA. As Hope had a 17-point lead with 9 minutes remaining, 33-16, and since then, Albion's gone on a 24-9 run. And it's not that Hope has been shooting poorly. They've shot 56% in this first half and 6 of 13 from 3, but Albion keeping pace. They're shooting 52%, and they've only taken 4 3-pointers, but they've hit their last 3, so they're doing it on shooting as well. And Hope has coughed it up a little bit. 11 turnovers in the first game, or in the first half, and it's right at their season average. Albion not much better with 9 turnovers in the first half, and it's just been a game of runs. Albion started the game on a 5-0 run, and Hope went on a 14-2 run and had that 17-point margin, but Hope playing without leading scorer and rebounder Parker Hovey, and I think Hope is just in survival mode right now. So Greg Mitchell has played 12. He's looking for some answers as far as the rotation goes, and we're looking at the numbers for the visiting Britons. Cam Mays, who missed most of last season with a knee injury, he had a strong first half, 13 points on 4 of 5 shooting and a couple of assists. Curtis Rhodes came on in that second half. He had 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting. And other notables, 6 points for Malachi Hooser on 3 of 6 shooting. And the bench had 9 points in the first half for Albion. For the Flying Dutchman, it was Brendan Cargill primarily in the first half that got Hope going offensively, as Matt Weiner joins us. And Matt, Brendan Cargill setting the table with 10 early points, but didn't really get a lot of touches in that second half of the first half, as he only had 5 field goal attempts, but he made 4 of those are from 3-point land.
Yeah, but I kind of think that's his MO, Mike. I don't think he's a high volume shooter. I think he's a catch and release guy that does really well when they're able to get him in space.
Agreed.
We talked about Werman saw him really well too. I mean, when he looked up with his left eye and he saw him in the corner, able to give him that ball, hats off to him. I mean, he's doing a really good job seeing the floor. A guy who, Werman right now has 3 assists. He's been less than 3 assists a game so far. Something that, to be honest, I've been a little critical of him so far this year, just because he's been that starting point guard that plays 30 minutes a game, and today he's just doing a lot better with that court vision.
I agree. And how about Simon Newhouse and Brendan Cargill with 3 assists, part of 11 assists for the Flying Dutchman on 15 made shots. And this is a team that only averages 11 assists per game, so they needed to find the open man tonight. And quite frankly, let's face it, Hope has not shot well this year, and they're taking advantage of some good passing by, you can't get an assist unless you hit a shot, and Hope's done the job in that department.
On the other end of things, how about Cam Mays already at 13? It's like, that's any time he wants to. I mean, he's going to be at 20 by the end of this game, and because, I mean, he's been a force to be reckoned with out there. I like what Blauk has been able to do to kind of be able to push him off his block, create some space for him. But Mays just has a lot of moves in his bag. He's able to create space in different ways. He can face up. He can create an opportunity with the left, or he'll spin into the middle, be able to put it up with his right. So he's just got a lot of post moves I'm pretty impressed with.
I think if you're Hope, you've got to pay attention to the fact that they have held Michael Ume in check. This is a fine 6'5" Ranger down low, who's averaging 13 and 8.5 rebounds. He's a rebounding machine, but Ume just 1 of 3 from the field. He's been a non-factor on the offense. He has 4 rebounds, 2 offensive, but he has not been part of the Britain offense in the first half. So we've got 20 minutes of basketball. By the way, while we have a second, we wanted to make sure that my football broadcast partner, Scott Vanderstoop, with his 800-yard commute home by way of the walk, made it home safely. He said he was going to go home. And
that's a cold 800 yards for him, though.
He did that without a guide rope or anything, without Uber, or I'm sure he didn't use Google Maps. So Stoop, or V cubed as we call him, I hope you're sitting comfortable with a root beer as we start the second half. Cargill.
Yeah, why not?
3-ball. Yes.
5 of 5, baby. Pick up right where you left off, big fella.
Avery to Cargill. Check that. Warman to Cargill. 45-40. Hope needed that. How about back-to-back threes after being down 40-39? Cargill has hit 14 of his last 22 three-pointers, including, like Matt said.
Yeah, and how about, I know at the end of the half, I didn't have a chance to give credit to Newhouse. Newhouse now just 2 of 10 on the year from three-point range, but with only shooting 10 and only playing 13 to 15 minutes a game, that's great for him to be able to get that one to go.
Yeah, he had an open shot. Nobody around him, and he was able to fill it to give Hope the lead at half.
Stay with him.
Boy, Mays up. That one pongs and falls. And the Albion fans who made the treacherous journey are happy.
Orion's got 3.
Yeah. Yant only played 6 minutes in the first half due to foul trouble, and he's only made it 43 seconds into the second half. He'll stay in the game at the moment. Kyle Block has done well in his replacement as Mays fills it, give him 16. Cam Mays averaging 15 points and 57% from the field against Hope in his career.
And it's Ume right now in MIAA play. He's just behind Overway for field goal percentage. Yant gets the putback right there, Michael.
Yeah, Johnny on the spot. Good drive by Mims, just too strong, but Yant with a putback in midair as Hope closes quickly and responds after the Mays three-point play.
That's King in the corner. He hasn't made one yet.
Short. He's had a nice touch the last few games. 14 of his last 27 from 3. I can't get over this stat. He's got 81 three-point attempts and 99 field goal attempts, only 18 from two-point land. He's 2 of 18 on the season. He shoots better from 3. Shot clock at 20. Albion will inbound to your right. Mays, he'll try the occasional 3. He hasn't really shot a lot. He's 1 for 1 tonight. Is that one off the mark? Rebound by Cargill on the one bounce. So, Matt, you've got, as Yant makes the move up and over. Nice. So you've got Mays, who's done the well inside. We've seen the 2-3 zone at times from Hope. If you're a coach, how do you attack defensively this Albion team?
Well, I think, you know, they will kind of mix between this 2-3 and this man-to-man a good amount. I think when they've been able to use ball screens, they'll use this little kick-out action. So I think that's what's made their big presence really big, and why Coach Mitchell really wanted Yant to be in the game so he could do that kick-out action out to the 3. And I think that's why that 3's been more open than anything else. Hope 7 of 14 from 3. But because you get it down to the big, you take a look, and you do a quick pass out to the corner and then just try to get them out of position as much as you can, because they're actually not really switching hardly at all. They're just staying on their man.
Boy, Yant making a move, and he finishes. And ducking and darting and finishing, and 1. Yes, sir.
How about Orion right now with 3 fouls?
He's playing like he has none. Good spin move on Woolry as he came in for Ure, who had the moving screen foul. Or Ume, excuse me. By the way, Ume with 2 fouls, Salmon with 2, King with 2, and for Hope, you got Yant with 3, Howe with 2, and Block with 2. 8-point lead for Hope, creating a little separation as Yant kicking out and Block in. Good minutes by Yant, especially like you said, Matt, after that 3rd foul. He'll check out with 10 points. My goodness. Has he got 8 second-half points? I think he does.
Is that Yant?
Yant had, Yant has 6 of the 10 points for Hope in the second half so far.
Oh,
that one almost stole away. Woolry will take a rare 3. Short, good rebound by Marcus Warman, who skied. Warman with 7 early points. He's been quiet offensively in this last 10 minutes or so.
Mike, is Ume in foul trouble? He's got 2.
Yeah, after that illegal screen foul, Jody May sat him quickly. He wasn't hurt or anything.
Okay.
Now moving screen by Justice Mims.
I was going to say, they just haven't really gone to Ume much. He's 4 points, 4 rebounds. He's been on the bench, but I just feel like that might open things up for Albion a little bit more offensively, because it's kind of just been this maze, like, look, and he's just looking for the ball. He's going to just try and square up and try to put something in the basket. Nobody else really gotten anything going in motion.
No, Mays, Hooser, and Rhodes all have 6 field goal attempts, and Ume only has 4. As King just can't buy a basket tonight, looking for his first field goal. He's 0 for 3.
I think you get Ume back in and you do a little back to the basket action with him and Mays.
I agree. Cargill from 3 again. Boy, he's just having a day. Santa Maria!
He won't miss.
No, that big floater, 6 for 6 from deep. Give Cargill 19. His first game against Anderson in a Hope uniform, he had 27 points. That's a career high. King for 3. Not his night. Short. Boy, Mays just up and over Justice Mims, and we got a Hope foul.
Cargill, yeah, it looks. I just looked back. He had 29 in that game.
29, thank you.
Since then, he had 23 against Whitewater. He had 19 against Kalamazoo, 19 against Platteville. So he has had some big games scoring-wise, but it's more so just been a matter of the hot hand. So let's see here today, because shoot until you miss one.
I think you have to. I think you got to ride him. Howl out, Newhouse in. Newhouse, who didn't play at all in the Calva game, has 11 minutes off the bench. 18 on the shooting clock. Mays with Newhouse on him. Skip pass. Ume back in the game, like you said, Matt. Nice pass inside, and King with a leaner, and finally knocks down his first field goal.
Trying up 24 on K. Alma up 8 on Adrian. Let's see this Calvin game. Calvin getting smoked by Olivet. Down 20 with 3 to play in the first.
Justice Mims. By the way, Olivet shooting 14 of 22 and 6-11 from deep. Calvin just 24% and 1 of 6 from deep.
I guess Olivet heard me say I didn't think they could win the MIAA, because I mean, they're absolutely crushing the top 15 Calvin team.
Olivet's last MIAA win was in 2017, 2018. Cargill, once again, first miss from 3. And in that year, Hope defeated Olivet in overtime. They scored over the century mark to take the MIAA conference.
I remember I was still in college. That was Manuel, right? Trevor Manuel was the Oregon kickback.
Yes, and they had another East Lansing guard. They were loaded. They had a trifecta, another 6'8" kid.
And Tracy Edmond was a 5th year.
Yeah, from East Lansing.
Who was the other
I'm trying to remember.
6'8" guy?
And then they had another guard, too, that was 6'4". He's a transfer out of Detroit. But Steve Ernst, who I just, he's my new Twitter friend, former coach, had one of the best lineups I've ever seen. And that was Greg Mitchell's first MIAA tournament championship. And now he has 4. Cargill goes up, reverse layup, and falls.
I got a good Steve Ernst story for you when we have a break in the action.
I can't wait. Steve Ernst, I've never seen a redder face on an individual. He got fired up. Good pass inside as Mays to Ume. 59-47. Just like that, Hope back to a 12-point lead. They upped it back to 14. Albion another quiet start to start a half. Warman in traffic. Boy, he was schooling the sophomore Ray. And Warman using that quickness, he'll try to earn it at the line. We got a timeout, but let's keep it here for a moment. I would love to hear Steve Ernst was former 4-year coach for Olivet. So carry on.
Yeah, this was back in that same 17-18 season. I'm sitting here right behind where Olivet is visiting. He didn't like a foul call. Calls a timeout for his team. He stands out in the middle of the court and stares at the referee, waits for him to look, gets attacked, and then lights up into him.
I think not remember that.
And this was, I mean, that was a really heated season. A couple of years, especially. I got to look up who was 2017.
2017 and 18.
Olivet Comets.
They had a 6'4" guard, and I can't remember.
I remember Edmond. Manuel was the kickback from
Oregon.
And then they had I'm thinking of Jalen Adams.
Yes,
Jalen Adams from Saginaw.
He transferred to D1 too. He went out east to play. Jalen Adams,
man,
tremendous.
That team was good. Edmond was a good guard. He played till he was 25. But this was the. Oh yeah, this was Ernst that year. You're right.
Yes, it was. It wasn't, and I remember Olivet in that MIAA tournament championship game.
McAdoo, or are you thinking of John McAdoo?
Well, McAdoo was on that team as well, but I was thinking of Jalen Adams. He was their leading scorer, if I'm not mistaken. Emmanuel was that big guy in the middle. And that was the year of Dante, I think, Jason Beckman on that team.
Yeah, Dante and Beckman were at Hope, because I remember Jason went like 19 to 21 from free throws on the road in the MIAA tournament at Olivet. And that was when he ended up with like 32. He had 19 free throws in that game. That was one of the only times I remember actually really being scared on the road in an MIAA game. It was a really hostile environment.
We were sitting courtside right behind the Olivet fans, and you know, Olivet hasn't had much to cheer about in basketball, and Hope can be the evil empire for visiting teams. I mean, for people who play them, because Hope has been so successful, and they were not happy that Olivet couldn't finish it out. A little lighter environment under Sam Hargraves. It's a good program under good leadership.
And what they're building is pretty impressive.
Marcus Warman splits the pair, and now Warman with 8 points.
And Mike, the women's team is in a battle here. They're just up 1 at Albion right now. So they're ahead of that MIAA, them and Trine at the top.
I'm not sure what Albion's record is, as Ume got a step inside and went up and over Carlson. That one luckily did not fall. But Hope has hit 6 of their last 7 shots, and Albion has missed 6 of their last 7 3-point attempts. 13:46 left. Howland, Cargill out. Check that, Newhouse out. Simon with a good game.
Yeah, good minutes there for him so far.
4 rebounds and 3 assists for the junior from East Grand Rapids.
That's how you make your presence known, and 14 minutes of play here.
Ume's second free throw finds Purchase. Give him 7. 5 in the second half. Hope still with a 12-point lead. Hope shooting 7 of 9 in the second half. Albion just 3 of 10, 0 for 5 from 3. They've taken more 3-point attempts in the first 7 minutes of the second half than they did all in the first half, as Albion stepping up the intensively defensively as Rigg misses Carlson on a streak, but a good setup. It was a good play.
You notice I'm watching Hunter fight over that screen to protect from Cargill right there. Did a good job fighting over it. You got to do your work early on that. Well, you know, his task right now is you stay on Cargill, not one more 3 the rest of the game.
Right. Cargill with 21 and 6 of 7 from deep. Warman and Cargill out of the game at the moment as Carter Bishop back in, the sophomore out of Holt.
There's that Rigg defense is awesome, man.
B.J. Hunter trying to muscle it in. Is that going to count? Yes, it will. That was good defense by Rigg. Yeah. Did everything. BJ is he's a very physical guard. He's a 5th-year senior, so he's been around. So he's gonna make things happen. Not intimidated at all. Little Elm High School. They had another Texas player on their team the last few years, but graduated. Perry, I think his name was. 60-51. We're approaching 13-minute mark. Albion's played man-to-man the entire game as a travel. No, I don't think they're going to call it. I think it was a Euro step. They're going to call it reaching on B.J. Hunter's. Yant playing with 3 fouls. They're going to call that a shooting foul, too. Yant's done the job from the free throw line tonight. 5 for 5. He came in 9 of 18. Excuse me, 19 of 38 on the year. By the way, I want to give a shout out to my better half up north. Dr. Tamara Chase checking in.
She's Warming home up in
tending the wood stove. She grew up in Marne, Michigan. She's from a family of farmers, and they know how to take care of things. Keep the crock pot on, babe. I'll be home. Hope up by 9. Inside 13 to go. There's Vince Salmon, the big 6'9" freshman out of Brighton. It's been a while since Albion has had a really, truly big. They had Ebeling a few years ago, transferred his last year, but he was a perennial all-conference player. He went 6'7" or 6'8". Ray checks up, wanted to pass it, but can't get it to drop down. A good rebound by Bishop.
Way to fight for it. That was right over Brody.
Yeah, it was. Hope with numbers, but Albion back quickly. It's a good defensive team. Give and go. Cross court. Carter off the mark. Rebound.
Look good
Ray.
out of the hand, though. That's not a bad shot.
Nah, reach in on the weak side. That is Howell. He's going to pick up foul number 3 for Hope.
No, that's on Rhodes. They're going to get that.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. So it's going to stay here with Hope.
That's just the first foul on Rhodes. So a break for Hope. Both teams with 5 fouls. 7 will put you in the bonus. 10 in the double bonus. Yant once again. And finish!
And Yant now with 10, but... Or does he have 13 here?
Yant has 13.
He's got 13. Mike, I have not seen Hope effectively really use this too big lineup that's going on right now. But this has been a pretty good couple minutes. That's Howell and Yant in there. And obviously both of them starters, but traditionally they're kind of playing for each other.
Yeah, they are. And you notice how Yant several times, especially in the second half, has won the battle off the dribble topside at the free throw line. As blocking and Ryan Yant, they're going to use him sparingly. And he makes it point number 14 in only 10 minutes of action for Orion. He's in foul trouble with 3.
How about Yant? 12 second half points after picking up that third foul.
It's amazing.
40 seconds in the second half.
He's got 12 points in at less than 8 minutes.
Let's mark up on defense here.
Check that, less than 4 minutes as Ray hits the deck. As he went in to the land of the white jerseys. Kyle Block picks up foul number 4. So now you've got Yant with 3, Block with 4. You don't really have any big muscle off the bench. Westlake has the size, but he doesn't have the mass of a Yant or a Block. As Malachi Hooser, the second's going to check in for Albion, as the first one by Ray is good off the free throw line. Boy, Dwayne Ray is streaky. He's just 58% for the free throw line, but he'll get a 4-point game, a 6-point game, a 2-point game. Then he'll go off for 18. He's unpredictable.
Hey, check out, let's go. Is that Blau with his 4th?
Yes.
He might not come in.
Second one dances and falls.
We might have to get some Weslick minutes in here now, Mike.
I think you're right. This is a young Albion team, just 3 seniors on the roster for Jody May. Favored to finish 5th in the MIAA.
Nice pass by Carlson.
Yeah, Rigg had to go through his hands, picked up by Mays. Rigg stole it right back. Foot race on the other end. Rhodes trying to get up on Rigg, and Rigg high off the window. Sweet kiss for 2. Boy, he just willed that steal on the other end, too.
Big steal on Mays right there.
Rigg doesn't get a lot. He manufactures a lot of his own, but that was a heads-up play.
Mays has positioning on Weaselick. Let's see what he does. Face up.
Trying to get some help. Good block. Weselick with a block. He had help. Rigg trailing. Jarrett, 3-ball on the way. Bingo! From downtown.
A dagger, Mike.
5 straight points by Jared Rigg, the Arlington Heights, Illinois product. And Hope flirting with their biggest lead of the night, back to 17 after being on up by 2 at half.
Another Rigg steal.
Lob to Rigg, off the window. Yes! Jared Rigg 7, Albion nothing in the last minute. Jody May wants a timeout. We're going to take a timeout. Matches the biggest lead of the night at 17 here on the Anchor Network.
The reality is that the college years, although short, are an incredibly pivotal time in a young person's life to figure out who they are what they believe.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
Updated score from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Van Ord Arena. And at halftime, number 15, Calvin, in the nation. The Knights trail the Comets of Olivet 46-28 as Olivet has shot 59% in the first half to 27% for Calvin. And Olivet trying to make a statement in the final game of the first half of the conference play.
It's a big one to watch there, Mike. And I mean, Calvin just not shooting well in the first half. They have some work to do. How about Alma pulling away from Adrian now, up 17 with 11 to play. Trine still taking care of business, up 22 on K. And in that women's game, the women heading into the fourth quarter, Hope is down 42-40 on the road to Albion. Would be a massive upset. So let's see if Hope can finish that one out on the road.
Albion always plays tough against the Hope women. They always play tough at home. 3-ball on the way, and that's a smooth-looking stroke by B.J. Hunter.
Exactly what you need if you're at Albion. It's exactly how they did in the first half at the same minute mark too, Mike.
That's right. Yep, the biggest lead. Rigg trying to make it 9 straight, and he does. In the last minute and a half, Jared Rigg has scored all of his 9 points. Ha! 72-56. Hope had to have some players that would step up. Good cut inside. Hooser from Hunter.
Just not on the same page there defensively.
No. This is a very athletic Albion team. You know, they had a really tough non-conference schedule. It's a solid ball club. Inside 10 minutes left. Hope up by 14 as Warman trying to go deep, and he lofts it up. You know, he's not afraid to go inside. He knew he was going to get contact, but that was great contested defense on the wing by Albion. Time on the court. Let's keep it right here, Matthew. So next, this coming Saturday, Hope is on the road against Adrian. That's always a tough road game. Normally it's on a Wednesday night because usually when I called that on radio in the past, that's when we, get like 3 or 5 inches of snow.
Yeah.
Trying to drive back to the west side. But Adrian getting handed tonight, but Hope's got 5 of their last 7 games on the road, and it starts Saturday against the Bulldogs.
And if you're going to be around this weekend, though, if you're local here in West Michigan, come on out to the women's game at 3 o'clock here. I'll be on that call. They're doing a celebration of the 20th anniversary of the Hope College National Championship team from 2006. So they'll do a little ceremony here, be able to honor that team. A lot of them are local. I know I was able to talk to some of those players as well who said they were going to be here. So that will be a fun one to come out to this Saturday if you're here local looking for something to do this Saturday at 3.
It's great stuff. We're looking at the banners off to our right, the national champions in 1990 at the Civic Center, 2006, like Matthew alluded to.
That was the first year here.
2022, that's right. It's hard to believe DeVos has been around that long. Looks like they just finished the paint job and opened her up.
Still looks beautiful.
It looks one of the premier venues in all of college basketball.
Absolutely. I mean, and definitely, Trine's a little bit newer, but I think the Hopes is right up there with Trine's as well as 2 of the best in the Midwest for sure.
Marcus Warman, a little down this year in free throws. He led the league in free throw percentage at 84% his freshman year, 71%, but he is a free throw shooter in volume. He came in at 82 free throw attempts in 17 games. Give him 9. 21 for Cargill, 14 by Yant in only 9 minutes of action, and 9 by Jared Rigg, all in a 90-second span as Warman does his job. Stretches the lead to 16. Hope has outscored Albion 32-18 in this second half. Rhodes in the backcourt, Rigg on him. Cargill back in the game for Hope. Yant back in the game trying to work on Ume. Kick out. Hunter again. He likes that corner, and he drops another one down.
Just keeping him alive at this point, Mike. Hunter has 9 now. 3 threes. He had that and one in the first half, I think.
He's always been just a solid player for Jody May. 6-foot, fifth-year guard. Warman, feed, Howe can't connect. I think Howe wasn't expecting that. I think Warman at the last second.
A nice dish by Warman. Just couldn't get that two-pointer to go.
Warman trying to go for the steal on Rhodes. They've matched up a few times in their career. Hunter, litmus test from 10. Weak side rebound by Carlson.
How about Carlson now in this one? He's played 13 minutes. And been somebody that's been, for the most part, somewhat absent for Hope.
Yep.
I know he had a little bit of an injury at the beginning of the season. Here's Cargill and one.
On a beautiful feed by Orion Yant, the give and go. Who's the most open man on the court, Matt?
The one after the pass.
Right.
Isn't that what you say?
Right.
On the slip screen of a pick and roll, isn't that what you always say?
Absolutely. Cargill used Yant as a screen, went behind him, and then the skip pass down low. And Cargill was 84% from the line.
Mike, Sam Carlson's played 13 minutes a game today. He's only played in 5 games so far this year, averaging 4 minutes a game in those. So this is the most he's filled up a stat sheet. He played 6 minutes earlier in the season, a couple of games in November. Since then, he's only appeared in 3 games here in January. So
that's season high in minutes.
But Coach Mitchell's going to call his number often here tonight.
And no surprise, a senior.
In the wake of Hovey, you know, you got to figure out maybe who can fill that role a little bit. And how about Hope right now? Not trying to do it with one person, although Cargill has. Because there's another great steal by Hope.
Warman just ripped it out of Rhodes' hands, matching the physicality.
But
Great
this is
play
that
by
balanced attack that you wanted.
You had
It isn't just the 12 to 14 from Hovey. It's 20 plus now.
Yant with the scoop trying to knock it down. Went underneath Ume as Ume sets up. Rose is going to just dish it up and drop down the 3 ball from the left arc. Rhodes with 11. He'll give you 12 a night, so he's right at his season average. He's 2 for 2 from deep. Albion's hit 3 of their last 4 shots, but Hope's hit 6 of their last 7, now 6 of 8. Albion trying to make a run. Ume with the finish.
Ooh.
And a fast break basket as Yant collided with Ume.
That was accidental. Did they get Orion for a foul there?
I'm not sure.
It was accidental, I know, because he apologized.
No, he just he leapt in the air, and then Yant was quick to check on him, and everything's good. Inadvertent contact. Time on the court. Let's take a 30-second. We'll be right back in the Anchor Network. Hope up by 11 with 7:26 left.
Holland BPW is proud to support Hope Athletics and commitment to energy efficiency. It's easy for Holland BPW electric customers to get started with Home Energy 101 at hollandenergyfund.com. With Home Energy 101, learn the best ways to maximize efficiency and save on your utility bills. You also get a kit of energy-saving supplies valued at up to $300. Get started at hollandenergyfund.com today.
Back here with Matt Wayner. I'm Mike Coleman on this Wednesday night. A little snowy action going on the lakeshore. Matt, you're from Indiana. Now, I know you've had, I think the schools were closed down after 3 or 4 inches of snow or something. That's not really a place that gets a lot of accumulation.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up because it's been a little bit less snow, but they got 6 inches on Sunday. And
right.
I was talking to my family earlier today. They've had extreme cold conditions. They were -4 all day. A little bit colder than here, but still in that really scary part. But all the schools are closed in Indiana Monday and Tuesday this week, and they had a notice not to go outside until noon today when it warmed up to 9 degrees.
Yeah, when you have a region not used to getting that and not sure how to prepare for cold weather, whether it's your dwelling or just yourself.
Oh yeah, you ever been to Texas when it snows? Nobody knows how to drive. They just pull over on the side of the road, wait for the snow to pass.
My brother lived in Atlanta. They had like a 12-hour highway jam, and he drove on the side. Being from Michigan, they had like 4 inches of snow, and Albion picking up the intensity defensively. Warman stuck at the left elbow, 5 to shoot. Cargill looking for some space. Lofts a prayer at the buzzer. Downtown, Freddie Brown.
It is his night, Mike.
That was a heave. I play the 3-ball lottery, I'll tell you that, if I'm Cargill.
7 of 9 from 3.
That's a career high in 3-pointers made. He's got 27 as Rhodes. Now, Cargill just 2 off of matching a career high at 29 against Anderson in his first game in a Hope uniform. By the way, that foul was not on Yant on that last play that knocked down Ume for Albion, so he stays in the game with 3. Mims, he'll try for 15. Too strong.
So he's got 7. The record is held by none other, you and I both know, Chad Carlson, 2017 against Olivet with 10. Were you on the call for that one?
That was at Olivet. Olivet had an old arena with a black ceiling that they fancied up, dusted off for that game, and Chad, I'll never forget it. His last one was right in front of us at the right arc, and the Rockford product, fellow Rockford Ram, knocked down his 10th 3-ball.
He coached here at Hope for several years when he graduated. He's an awesome guy. People know him. He was at Hope the same time as me. Why not keep shooting?
And Chad Carlson, a man of few words, but he let his play do his actions as the offensive rebound try by Ume. That'll stay with Albion.
So let's look at this here as we see the replay right now for with time expiring as he gets that one to go.
Jeez.
That was beautiful. Mike, up 12 here with 5:31 to play. Most important things right now, taking care of the basketball, every possession, milking the entirety of the possession, and hitting free throws.
Yeah.
Hope a 70% free throw team. Down the stretch, I need this to be Cargill at the line, Werman at the line, and outside of that,
Sanchez, if he's in the game.
Sanchez, if he's in the game, you're right. But other than that, it's been a lot of 60% free throw shooters. So that's what's going through my mind if you're the coach right now.
Agreed.
Good D right there, man.
Newhouse.
Rigg has his fingerprints all over this one, Mike.
Yeah, he really does. He's got 4 steals now in this game. I know that's a career high for the sophomore. He had that 9-point run at a 90-second mark at right around the 13-14 minute mark. So Coach Mitchell dialing in the keys for the balance in this game. Shot clock at 8. Hope just patient to work it down like Matt said.
Nice pass.
Carlson high off the window. Block the putback. Yes. Offensive rebound number 7 for Hope and give block 6. So they while it down all the way to the end of the shot clock on a miss, and Block cleans it up on the strong side.
How about Hope out-rebounding Albion 26-22, and Albion, one of the top 3 teams in rebounds.
Absolutely true. Good pull, Matthew. Hope not a great rebounding team this year.
No. They've been right around 34 a game. Albion been more like 39. And how about them holding Ume to just 5 boards in this one when he's been a double-double machine in the MIAA?
You bet. Absolutely true. And Ume only 5 field goal attempts in this game in 24 minutes. As Ume at the line, he's done it from the free throw line tonight, 3 of 4. That one is short, and rebound by Block. Give him half a dozen rebounds.
Hey, Mike, we haven't seen Cam Mays in a few minutes. He's been held at 16 for this whole second half. I think his last bucket came with 15 to play.
Yeah, he had 13 in the first half as Block mid-post extended over to Cargill. Marcus Warman out at the moment. Jared Rigg running point. Good move inside. Newhouse got it for Carlson. How about that push pass? No wasted motion by the superior Colorado senior.
That's beautiful. And look at this second group just cooking with gas right now, Mike.
Yet to the tune of 19 assists in this game. 3 ball on the way. No. Ume offensive rebound. No! Another offensive board kick out. B.J. Hunter's going to try it from deep. Ume is just unstoppable on offensive rebounds.
And there again, I mean, Mike, my love for basketball is beaming tonight, because what you have right now is you have a Hope team heading into this game without their leading scorer, their best player. And it's not, you and I were talking about who's going to make the difference. Is it Orion? Is it Marcus? Is it Avery? How about everybody? How about everybody pitching in this game to do what it takes to win? And that is a testament to the character of those players, to be able to look at the situation and say, are all MIAA first-team players not here? Our potential player of the year in the MIAA and Parker Hovey not here? Whose turn is it? All of ours.
This is a litmus test for these boys right now. And they've done it with a balance, and they've had to rely on each other. That's a great point, Matt. And what speaks out to me is they're one off their season high of 19 assists. They've been trying to distribute the basketball, and they've done so. They've hit 64% in the second half. They've hit a few more three-pointers than they normally attempt, which is good. They've rebounded well.
Oh, the number I love. I mean, they have not been well. They have not done well in assists at all. They have 19 assists in this game. They've been averaging 11 a game.
Yep,
that's a big one.
Agreed. Ties the season high for them. Is 27 by Brendan Cargill, 14 by Orion Yant in only 14 minutes of work. That's an amazing number.
And really, Mike, I mean, you and I, we've called pretty much every home game so far this year, and we were able to watch some good matchups there in the non-conference. They have played well throughout this year, but I would say all in, this has been the best team effort game that I've seen Hope play for 40 minutes.
And you know, they had a big lead in the first half. They were up 17. They trailed late. That Simon Newhouse three-point at the buzzer gave them the halftime lead. And maybe a team in this situation might have not been able to handle the second 20 minutes, but Hope came out and they got it up to a 12-point lead, and they really have limited Albion to have that big run in the second half. As Kyle Block at the line has done his part, hit one of his best games since coming off an injury in Whitewater here at Whitewater. I'm sorry, let me start over. Against Whitewater here back in mid-December. Truman King off the window. His first basket of the day.
No, that was Brody.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Mason Brody with his 7th point. Marcus Warman back in the game. Block trying to work on the big 6'9" freshman Salmon, and Block goes up with authority.
Love to see Cargill hit one more and get to his career and season point total.
Yeah, he's been 20-plus 3 times. Now double figures 12 of his last 18 games. I'm sorry, Cargill 12 double-figure games in 18 total for a freshman. Kyle Block gets a nice round of applause. And Orion Yant back in. The bench has responded for Hope for 25 points. Brody rims one off. 15 of 19 for Albion from the free throw line. That's going to be a foul on Yant as Salmon will go to the line. For Yant, that's his 4th block, just went out of the game. We have not seen Sean Weslick in the second half, I don't believe, Matthew. First free throw by Salmon is short, looking for his first points. Interesting that a road team normally doesn't have as many free throw attempts as a home team, but Albion has won that battle tonight as Salmon rolls one home. 86-71 with 2:32 left. Now full court pressure. Like you said, they just have to look for a good shot. They don't have to rush.
Make free throws.
Warman, Cargill, Yant, Howell, and Mims, the starters for the last 2.5 for Greg Mitchell. Trying to win his 17th in 26 career games against Albion. Shot clock at 4. Cargill doesn't realize it. 40-foot heave. Bank shot! And a career high for Brendan Cargill. Give him 30 points. Somebody give me a cold towel.
Oh my gosh. It was from the parking lot.
It was right at the bottom of the anchor. That was at least 37, 38 feet.
Jeez.
When you're hot, you're hot. Cargill, 8 of 11 from deep.
Can't even be mad about that. I don't know.
We've had 3 banked 3 balls made tonight. 2 by Albion and 1 by Brendan Cargill.
For my Albion, not gonna foul. They're gonna
Well, Warman just bides his time at the buzzer. Time it on the court. Let's take a breather for the last 72 seconds when we come back. Hope pulling away up by 20, their biggest lead of the night.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget, Louis the Lightkeeper, to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
For the last 72 seconds, Matt Wayner, Mike Coleman, and Matt, we were talking during that quick break. Albion is a good basketball team. They do a lot of things well. They shoot the ball well. They rebound. They don't turn the ball over. They have not shot the ball well in the second half. They've turned the ball over, and they've been out-rebounded.
Yeah, this is a good team. I mean, I looked at how they've played so well in their last 3 games, being they were 77 and then 280-plus games. They've been relatively efficient, like you said, 45% from 3. Today hasn't been terribly inefficient. 46 from the field, 37 from 3, 71 at the free throw line. But it's just, they had 15 turnovers. Those were super costly. And how about those turnovers turned into 27 points for Hope?
A killer, absolute killer.
And Hope, I mean, they lead the conference in points off turnovers with 19 a game, or 17 a game, sorry, but as they get their subs in here, this is, I can't underestimate, I mean, a really big win for Hope College. And Mike, while you're about to say what you want to say, I'm going to look up these scores for the other games.
Absolutely true. Well, when a game that Greg Mitchell really wanted to have with Parker Hovey out, one of the premier players for Hope in all of college basketball D3, he needed a team effort, and ask and ye shall receive. Incredible. Subs in now for Hope. What do you got, Matt?
So Calvin came back to Olivet. They're just down 8 now.
You knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, it felt like it was. Overway's got 25 here. Let me see how many boards he's got.
He's got 5.
Only 5 boards, okay. Man, Richardson, that's 20. Sam Howard puts in 15. And then Trine takes care of Kalamazoo by 19. Alma crushes Adrian by 23. Then Hope has Adrian, who just 1 win in conference, but Welch ended up with 27 points for them. So he's kind of been that 3rd best player in conference.
Agreed.
But Adrian just 4 and 14 now. And the Hope women's team, it looks like Albion about to have an opportunity to win the game. They're down 1 with 30 seconds to play.
Thank you, Matt. How about Alma hitting the century mark of the win? So they've won 2 straight. This is a big win in a lot of ways, because now Albion's going to be 3 games out of first, and Hope with this win's going to stay in first place. They're going to be tied with somebody. It's either going to be Olivet or Calvin before it's all said and done. So I encourage people to go check out the Olivet-Calvin game on the Calvin website when all this is said. Brady Miller in, the sophomore out of Forest Hill Central. Devin Moranth out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Carter Goodike, he played in the JV game. He's out of Grand Rapids Christian. And who else is in the game? Neil Imey, back from up by my neck of the woods, Maple City, Glen Lake. He was on the game program cover. I reached out to my buddy Captain Robert Chase to let that Imes know that. I'm not sure if they're at the game tonight. And Brett Boltzma in the game with 29 seconds left to play. Miller. You know, I'm going to go back to our pregame, Matt. We talked about Brady Miller with Marcus Warman out early on last year in non-conference, responded with a 24-point game on the road in Ohio. And Brendan Cargill, a freshman, same Forest Hill Central Ranger as Hope shorthanded, came back with a career high of his own. So truth is stranger than fiction.
I don't think we've seen everything from Miller, though, so far. No. I think there's going to be a game here where he's going to come in and have to get double-digit points for Hope. So if you're the young man as a sophomore, don't be discouraged by not playing in this one. Just, you're going to get your opportunity. Just stay in there.
And, you know, even looking at Neil Ime with his, I believe that is his first point of the year. Let's get the research department on that. Is Neil Ime, the junior out of Maple City, Michigan, knocks down 2, and the bench is fired up. So Chuck went up to Northern Michigan. Ime's first points of the year. Congratulations, Neil. Hope with 95 points. And you got your leading scorer at 20 a game, and Hope comes back shorthanded and flirts with a century mark against a good defensive team.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic. And Mike, when I called you this morning, I did not have this on my bingo card for Wednesday night. Hope with a 23-point victory and an absolutely fantastic game. 62% from the field, 11 of 22 from 3, and 80% from the free throw line. I mean, it was efficient, and it was a team effort. And that number I love, Mike, is those 19 assists for Hope was a huge, huge reason for the success here on the offensive end.
Absolutely agree. As players and coaches shake hands, Jody May for Albion and Greg Mitchell for Hope, a tremendous respect for each other. I think this is a tremendous anchor game, no pun intended, to propel Hope to the second half of the season, because they know it's going to be a challenge. They're going to have to do away from DeVos Fieldhouse. So they do it with great numbers all the way across the board. They shoot 56% in the first half, Matt, 68% in the second half for a season high 62%. And then they add 11 out of 22 from deep in the shooting department, their best effort of the year in that.
So they improved to 6-1 in conference. One of Olivet or Calvin, if you have time here, go tune into the last 9 minutes of that one, because that's going to be a good finish as Calvin trying to complete a comeback there. But one of those two teams will also be up there. Trine improves to 5-2. Here's Albion at 3-4. But looking then on Saturday, Adrian, hate to say it, a little bit of a trap game here for Hope.
Right.
Going on the road to a 4-14 team. Welch just had 27 points. And there's Cargill getting hugs from all his family. What a fantastic game. A season high, career high, 30 points here in this one. He was unconscious from three-point land.
10 of 14 shooting. He had 8 of the 11 Hope College three-point shots. And for Albion, Cam Mays, he was bottled up in the second half, 16 points after just 3 points in the second half. Curtis Rhodes at 13. But Michael Ume was bottled up again by Hope College defensively. I think that was a key to the game, as Albion shot just, I mean, they shot their season average 46%. 38% from the three-point line was good, but in the second half when they really needed it, just 39%, so Hope pulled away. And it doesn't get easier for Albion. They have to host Calvin on Saturday, and Calvin working hard as they're down by 9 to Olivet with 9.5 left.
Albion still has some work to do, admittedly. I had kind of felt like they were just going to waltz their way into a 5 or 6 seed pretty easily after that top 4, but they're going to have some work to do here. 3-4, and let's look what they have now. They got Calvin at home. They got Trine, Olivet, Alma K, Hope, Adrian. So they got to play Hope again, and then they got Calvin, Trine, and Olivet, all of whom they've already lost to. So they're going to have to win a couple of those. Nonetheless, I mean, in my eyes, Mike, Alma, Kalamazoo, and Adrian are going to kind of let you take as many games you want, because those three are really quite a bit below the other 5. But yeah, I would say if you're Albion, you're going to have to take one against one of those top 4.
Agreed. MIAA is always difficult. You never know what's going to happen. Trine handled Calvin. Olivet handling Calvin tonight, but still a lot of time left. Our next broadcast of Hope College men's basketball will be Wednesday as the Kalamazoo Hornets come to town. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip right here at DeVos. And Kalamazoo played Hope very tough down on the Hornets' nest down in Kazoo about 10 days ago, as Hope escaped in the second half with an 8-point victory. So Hope's next challenge will be against Adrian. Always a tough place to play at the Maryland Center. But I think with this win, I don't think Hope's going to take anything for granted. These coaches are going to try and keep them sharp and focused. Yeah. What a game to work on.
Absolutely. And we got to see here, Mike, what happens in this Hope Albion women's game. 11 seconds to go. Hope's got the basketball tied at 52. So shoot over to that one on the YouTube live stream for Albion. Albion. See if you can catch the end of that.
All right. I want to give thanks to our broadcast crew tonight, Steven Secor at Mission Control, for my broadcast partner, Matt Weiner, the voice of Hope College women's basketball. Check out Hope Women's broadcast right here on the Anchor Network. I'm Mike Coleman. Once again, for a final score, Hope 95 and Albion 72, as Hope improves to 11-7, remains tied for first with either Olivet or Calvin. You will know in about 45 minutes or so. For Matt and myself, be safe tonight. We'll see you a week from now.